We are live. Let me dim this. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Golden Rule. My name is Meg Le Vu.
My name is Tony Chang.
And today's a great, wonderful, beautiful day.
Hell yeah, it is.
Because we did a lot of great work yesterday. Even though we didn't do the show because I was flustered.
Cool.
And it was great to know that the Golden Rule is really nice because it's there when you need it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to come on here to have the benefits of the Golden Rule, which is to just basically work on yourself and talk stuff out in a safe environment, which is great. But thank you, Tony, for still talking to me and working through the things that I needed help with yesterday and helping me fill my cup. So I feel very full today. Oh, the moment I decided to have a full cup, I had a full cup. And sometimes it's always that simple. When you can, come back from the darkness and everything. So how's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Cindy and I, it's cool because our communication level is going up.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it's funny to say this, but she and I had a argument, or I would say a difference in opinions and stuff like that, where again, from my past self, I would not really be considerate of her time or even just be time conscious.
Yes.
And she brought it up, and a lot of the stuff that she was saying, I felt and believe it was from the past me. And so again, with this new level of understanding,
Yes.
and just coming from a place of understanding and listening to her, I was able to differentiate that and then also be like, okay, well, I'm going to improve in my part in communicating, and I would love for you to get better in terms of your communication. Because she would say things like, yesterday, my parents got off the freeway.
Yeah.
Cool. Or, my parents left their home. Cool. But then to me, it wasn't really clear.
Okay.
Like, time to go.
Yes.
Because I was enjoying the time. Yesterday we were drinking some dope ass Scotch whiskey.
Yes, Scotch. Mm-hmm.
Totally felt like relaxed. You know what I mean? But,
even got Cindy to have some too.
yeah, Cindy was chill too, But the thing is, she said a lot of stuff how she felt with what she said. But to me, it wasn't clear to me.
So saying my parents got off the freeway wasn't clear to you that it's time to go.
Yeah.
Basically. I gotcha.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And so I just communicated with Cindy. I was like, hey, babe, look, I want to communicate with you on how to communicate with me. So next time, communicate with me. If we need to go, say, hey, babe, can we go in 5 minutes? Or can we go in 10 minutes? And that will be clear to me. I'm going to be like, gotta go.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes or less. Right. So instead of always just waiting for her to do it, which I used to do, today, simple. I was like, all right, babe, let's leave in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I had to lead by example.
Right.
Because I communicated how I wanted her to communicate with me.
Right.
So I need to step up and show her how it's done.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yes. That's the same thing with learning. I'm telling you yesterday, right? Me learning the new system and this merger. And I told you, I was so frustrated. I was so pissed off and frustrated because me to learn this new system of how he does it and then being like, okay, this is fine. This is okay. I just need to learn how you do it. We're going to make it more efficient. Hopefully, if that's possible, make it more efficient. If it's possible, I understand now why it looks cumbersome to me. Like I was explaining to you, I was like, holy crap, you do all that for one client, for example. And it's just so he can, like he explained to me, it's the accounting, it's the receipts, it's so the bookkeeper can have everything so it makes sense. So we don't have any problems. I'm like, okay, I don't want any problems. So now I have theory and reason why it's so crazy and so many steps in between for one client. But still cool. I want to look for a better way to do it. And he's opening his mind to that. But the same thing yesterday was I was asking him how to do something, right? How to deposit a check.
Okay.
because I was like, oh, now that we're merged, I'm not going to deposit it into my account. I'm going to deposit it into our account. So what does that look like? And then it was really funny because he's not used to telling people how he does things. So he would tell me like step 5, step 4, step 2. And I'm like, wait. What's step 1 though?
What up, bro?
Like, what's step 1 though? And then he would not really be hearing me. He would be saying the steps later. Okay. And I'm like, so not only is like there's a technical aspect to merging everything, but there's the communication too. So how I want to be communicated to, like, yeah, just tell me from step 1 to step 1 million, like what it is
in order.
in order, because like you can't just skip around. I'm not in your brain and everything. And so him also too making that adjustment of like, oh, now I have to teach somebody how I do it and why I do it. And it seems cumbersome to him, probably. It's like, it already works. I already know how to do it. There's no reason to change. Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it, sort of thing. But that's a very old and antiquated saying, and it's an old and antiquated mentality. So I'm like, okay, yes. And it's my role and my job to understand that there's systems that are in place, and to communicate that, okay, I understand why your systems are in place. And that's, which is the same way as like, I understand why you communicate the way you've always communicated. Okay, cool. Put a pin in that. I understand. I get it. Now we're growing. We're at this new level. So now we're going to take all the good stuff from that past tradition and that old system and, you know, your foundation, and we're just going to improve upon it. That's all. That's all we're going to do. Update. Yeah, we're going to update. And so that's how I kind of looked at it, because I was able to do all those tasks that I was super frustrated with very easily and systematically this morning. Because like yesterday, I was in like a very, I hate it.
Very dark
I fucking hate it, Tony. When you came in, I was like, hi guys, I fucking hate this. And then you're like, whoa, let's talk about it. So this morning, it was really nice because I was like, you know, finally the email's working, like the key, right? The key's working, the email's working, and then things were just kind of lining up. My head was clear, and like you said, you know, doing things because I want to be better, because my cup is full, because I'm not looking for anything else in return. I'm not doing a sneaky way or having a hidden agenda or hidden motive as to why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. I'm doing it because I want to be a great business partner, a great wife, a great supporter, a great worker, and all these things. And like, it just came a lot easier, and solutions to challenges that I faced this morning, technically, and just whatever, like they just came to me. It was just like the doors were open. It felt like, because I wasn't closing doors on myself.
Yourself.
Yeah, like yesterday. And even though I knew that, I was still doing it. I was like, I know. Like you're already falling down the mountain. You're like, I can't stop falling down the mountain right now. But anyway, that's done. So this morning, I got so much done, like so much clarity, not only for the merger, but for the team too. And just hitting all the steps, like one by one by one.
But what was the difference between yesterday and today?
Well, yesterday, honestly, it was like, it was a slippery slope because of the whole communicating. How do you just deposit this check? And then didn't like what happened there. So already I'm on like a kind of like a 1 degree switch off track mentally. And I'm like, hey, whatever. And then you run into a technical problem, which was outside of us, And then letting that technical problem like cloud and flood your mind that it's not that hard. Cindy's like, just use the chat.
Just call
call them or chat. I'm like, oh. And I know that. Yeah. But my brain and my mind and everything was closed, and like for some reason wanting to be negative for something, or just wanting to like hang out there. Maybe I don't want to do it. You know, I still have some reservations. And that's before I talked to you. Remember, Tony? Yeah, we had a nice long conversation right here about filling your own cup and doing things out of just and not expecting something in return. I think that was what really broke through to me. Like, oh, am I expecting something in return? Like how you used to say, I want praise after I take out the garbage or clean something. I feel that way too. Kevin and I were both that way. Like, I'd be like, you better see me cleaning and say thank you.
I'm gonna start cleaning until you wake up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start cleaning until you can hear me clean and know that I'm clean. You know what I mean? Weird.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
And even then, when you're doing it, you don't get any praise.
Oh, yeah, you don't get any praise. You're like, damn it.
So fun.
What the heck? And it's so silly. And so when you said that to me, and we also took time to write, I wrote about a cheat mentality in our super blog, and like that also cemented for me. I didn't really know until I started writing, and then we talked about it. I was like, wow, everything is being reinforced, positively reinforced, and helping me switch my mindset and upgrade my mindset. And so that's how I feel now. And I keep thinking that vision of like, yeah, my cup is full, like you said yesterday.
And who can fill it?
Only me. Yeah, only me. And I was just very inspired the way you have changed yourself too.
Thank you.
Yes. And then how you were sitting there like an enlightened monk on the couch.
I don't want to be a monk after Kevin.
No, I feel
what Kevin told me. They just care about the temple. I'm like, nah.
Oh, okay. What's enlightened you?
Enlightened being.
Yeah, an enlightened version of you. And so I was like, man, that's cool. And I told you that's the thing that I've been reading about in this very powerful book that's been it's called the Power of Now, and the act and the power and the practice of being present. And that's just been really, really nice to see it viscerally versus reading about it and going, I think I'm doing it kind of sometimes. Because you want to think good things about yourself, and you're like, I'm doing it, right? Am I doing it? and then you're not, because you don't have anything to keep you accountable or check you or give you something outside of yourself, which is great. That's what we do here, and that's what we do for each other, even outside of this show. And so it's great. So yeah, exactly. Standing up, like you said, how do you want to be communicated to? Because I'm here to communicate with you, but this is how I do it. I know that's how you do it too, and I can adjust to that and understand where you're coming from. But yeah, that's great for you and Cindy, like for you to stand up too.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy because the same day I just said every day and every way, I'm getting better and better and better at communication or communicating with people. And it's like, it didn't happen throughout the day, but it happened throughout that night. And again, like I could have been reactive.
Yes, reactive.
Like, here's how it happened. Like, we went home. Her parents were already there. And then all of a sudden, like, you know, I picked her up and we're going upstairs. But I also already noticed that Cindy was very frustrated and very aggressive. And I was like, Now, usually I would just be like, what the fuck? You know, my ego's like, why are you talking to me like this? And all that stuff, right? But then I said, hey, babe, let's not argue in front of Sophie. Like, let's not give that bad juju, that energy to her. We need to talk about it, you know? And then when we did talk about it, I was mad. I was upset. So I was like, I felt disrespected and I felt hurt. It's not really, I'm not mad at her. I'm just upset because I'm sad. I was hurt by her yelling at me or that aggressive tone. And so I just communicate that with her. She listened. So thank you, Cindy. And then, from there. And then all of a sudden we just keep going. And that's when I just said, hey, you know, I just want to let you know this is how I want to be communicated to.
So it took some time to get there, to realize that.
It didn't just happen, but it did get there.
I see.
So that's why I believe, like, what I'm trying to say is that in this progress journey, in this journey of being better, there will be times when you think you're not growing because you guys are arguing or it's like hostile.
You think you're not growing because you're arguing. Yes, I definitely felt that way.
But it's like, think about it this way then, you know, when at a workout, when you're working out, like you're going to, like when you go up in weight, it's going to be harder. but like just do it anyway.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get better from it. So I feel like that is my mental exercise. Like this is just to get to the next level, which we did. We did.
Yeah.
And from that, Cindy uncovered more of how she felt in the past. How I
Yes.
made her feel in the past.
Yes.
And so she went up because now she let that go. Or she's letting it go.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
So I feel like don't be discouraged, Meg. And don't be discouraged for anyone else here if you run into those challenges.
Yes.
It's good for you.
Yeah. That's true.
That's what I think.
Before we went on that, Kevin and I went on for 2 hours on the show.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. He's like, why are you, I don't like it when you talk to me like that. And it was because me too, I had not uncovered or really let go of a lot of the hurt from all the years. I think I did explain that on the show. But I think that's really important because sometimes like we think we're doing really well, right? We're hitting all the things. We feel like we're on top of the world like I was. And then, yeah, you get into an argument or a difference of opinion. And then even more is uncovered, even more. And then sometimes that may feel like, is this working?
Yeah.
I felt such like a failure at that time. Now I see because everything's nice again. In retrospect, it's always like, oh, okay, it was just the next level. So if we can probably kind of change the language or the how we view an argument or a difference of opinion or a moment like that where it gets heated and you're maybe even yelling and stuff like that, just know that it's just your next level. You know, as long as the overall bottom line is that you love each other, it's like that's just your next level. Yeah, it's just the growing pain. And like, yeah. And it's painful. Yeah. It's painful to go through it. I'm not going to lie about that. It was so painful to go there and to even admit that I'm still hurt. Because to admit that you're still hurt from years and years and years ago makes one feel like, dang, you still didn't let that go. You know what I mean? But if it's not a one-way street, because in the same way, your partner also has things that they are dealing with since they were children also. So the same way is just an understanding and a compassion that, hey, both of you are basically in the same boat.
Yeah. So
just hear each other out. Yeah. You know, like it often became like, I had it worse, or, you know, we pull the victim mentality. I had it worse than you, or at least you didn't have to deal with this or whatever. It's like for everyone in their own personal struggle and where they came from, there's no score to be kept. No. You know, it's just for that person and how they were raised and how they were brought up and the challenges that they faced. Like, there's no reason to keep score of that sort of thing. And so if you just have an understanding and a forgiveness of that too, I think, you know, we uncovered with Kevin and I, he had to forgive my inability to be active. And because I listened to his show to the day or the night after you guys were on. And so I heard a lot of his pain and his frustration with me, where I wasn't the person that, or the partner that he could do active things with or do the stuff that we used to, right, when we first got together. And so he had to kind of like forgive me and my inability to do those active things. And now he's been so helpful and thinking outside the box in terms of how to help me with all of my ailments and all of my little things. And he'll ask me, how's your back today? Like, and that's nice. And I feel like it's genuine that he's asking just to know. And then he'll, you know, he bought me those like biofreeze and stuff like that. So, and he'll rub it on and all that. So it's like he's taking care, and I really like appreciate that. And so now I feel better and better and better, because not only am I doing the work too. Oh, I gotta stop my sous vide. Oh. I gotta stop it. Hold on.
The review of the sous vide.
The sous vide, it's awesome. I am gonna do a review on the sous vide thing. Hold on, I gotta stop it because it's gonna keep beeping.
Chicken steak like extra juicy.
It's super good. We both have it. Okay.
I got it because of you. Well, I didn't get it. Cindy got it because of you.
How do I? Okay, stop. Okay, cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been wonderful to upgrade our communication.
Mhm.
What?
Mhm.
I have to get up and
Sounds
turn it off. Is it off?
Oh, never mind.
Start. How do I turn it off? I have to just go over there.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on.
So, for anyone out there listening, the sous vide is a great machine. We can sous vide. Okay.
Okay. This show is live, people. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the communication's been really on point. I feel both of us are just doing things for each other, not really expecting anything in return like before. I feel even when buying things on Amazon, I know it's just we're buying it for us, and I don't have to worry about who's gonna pay for it. We're paying for it. Yeah, we're paying for it. You know, like there's no silly who's gonna pay kind of thing going on in my head anymore. That's really great. And so like day by day, we're just getting a lot better. There are moments where we find our habitual reactive language patterns.
I mean, come on, Meg.
Yeah.
You've been that way for how many years? As much as we want to shift, it's still gonna come back.
Yeah.
But we just gotta keep getting better and better and better. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, like even me, you know, there was it was very tempting yesterday be like,
Yeah. Like what the fuck? Yeah.
But again, it's like I've learned, you know, I've grown. And so it's really cool that I was able to connect with myself and come from a place of, okay, this is definitely something I don't want to hold in, and this is not okay. Like, I want to be able to express my hurt.
Yes.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, especially for dudes out there, for guys out there, it's like it's hard because our dads teach us don't cry. You know, don't express yourself in a way.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that's a load of bullshit because that's how guys just end up blowing up on their partner because they feel like they're taught that they cannot express their emotions. So it's like they're not even in tune with themselves. They don't even know why they react the way they do. And in a way, it's crazy because they react the way that their parents would.
Yes.
Especially their dad.
Yes.
You know, so I love myself. I love where I am in my life because, damn, I upgraded. I leveled up.
Yeah.
Anytime Cindy does hurt me, I'm able to just recognize that hurt and tell myself it's okay to express it. And since Cindy loves me, and since Cindy doesn't want to hurt me, I can let her know, and it's up to her at that point whether she wants to change herself and change her behaviors for me, or just for herself, you know, to become a better wife. That's it, you know.
Right.
It's dope.
Yes. So you also voiced to me yesterday that, and I see it in you that there's so much that needs to still come out.
Yeah.
Like years and years and years of stuff. And so I invited you to vlog or make content, you know, just start journaling or start recording or start doing something. And I told you about the personal transformation that it welcomed for me, and I'm still on. Because it's a daily practice, basically, to be able to voice what's going on in your head and in your heart. So, how'd that go?
So I'm gonna be honest. Like I left the camera in the car yesterday when we got home because again, that happened, right? But then like,
Well, how do you feel about it anyway? Besides not even recording, after we had a little.
I have to do it. Like. I feel like this kind of gives me courage. This kind of gives me a safe space to know that, hey, wait a minute. I can talk. I can voice out.
You're talking about the golden rule.
Yeah, the golden rule. So I'm just like, it's cool because who else did I go live with? Who else did I even speak publicly with? Not really anyone. Not even for myself, you know? So.
But you've done it before.
Yeah, but just like comedic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know if that's really valuable for me.
For you.
For me, because why do I act comedic or why am I funny? Because obviously it's to cover up shit, you know,
Uh-huh.
like make it funny for you, but
Yes.
I'm hurting inside, you motherfucker. You know, like fucking hurts.
Yes.
You know, like.
I remember many a video that I made where I try to make a skit, but it's
Hmm.
about a real issue that I was having.
But then I noticed that I do that a lot, or I did that a lot,
Mm.
where I was always loud and always funny because that's the reaction I got from others that made them happy. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, I'll keep doing that,
Mm-hmm.
but at my own expense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was looking like an idiot. I was the one looking like a comedic joker, you know. I was the being laughed at, and I was still hurting, you know. So it's kind of, but now I'm at a place where it's like, look, if I'm funny, I'm funny, but if I'm not, I'm not. It's fine.
Mm.
I'm comfortable with that.
So you're saying
Mm.
to cover up something. Do you know what that is? Have you reached that
Mm.
awareness yet?
Like when I was fat, like a lot of people say, "Oh, you're fat," or "Huh," you know, and I'll be like, "Oh," joking, kind of like, "Oh yeah, whatever," you know, like brush it off and try to make it funny-ish, some shit.
Uh-huh.
But it's like it hurt, you know, it really hurt, like my feelings and stuff. But I just didn't know how to really properly express it other than being passive aggressive.
Mm.
And another thing is, damn, I gotta go inside my own head now.
Yeah. I was trying to dig a little deeper as to why
Mm.
it was hard for you to just create content when I feel like it's easy for you.
Mm.
I feel like there's a natural ability that you have on camera versus when I first started, like
Mm.
even my voice, everything about me was changed, like a different version of me. Maybe that's because before I didn't really know who I was yet too, so it was like just kind of experimenting with things and like I told you, too much makeup and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, how am I supposed to be on camera? But you have a very natural ability to just go on and be you
Mm.
and not even worry about the camera
Mm.
and not even worry about the technical aspects and stuff like that.
Mm.
The magic is like not editing it,
Mm.
right? We just hit record and bam, take off what we need to do.
Mm.
So I was trying to figure out why there was still a block for you to create content for yourself,
Yeah.
because you were doing it for a little bit, and I see on your like your Instagram stories and stuff, and that's a great way. There's no editing, there's no technical thing to get in the way. Yeah. So
I think
yeah, why
my
are you?
mom.
Oh, your mom? Okay.
Definitely my mom.
Uh-huh.
Like
What'd your mom say?
the one that I remember the most, which was recent, like
Mm-hmm.
last year or so, she's like, or maybe this year. I was making those Instagram videos and stuff like that, and she saw it, and I was like, "Oh, I just want to be famous, you know. I just
Mm-hmm.
want to." And then she's like, "You're not gonna be famous." And I'm like, "Oh shit! All right, then," you know. So, but I want to dig deeper as to like, why do I want to be famous? What does
Yes, that's
being
my
famous
question for
mean,
you.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not being famous in terms of, oh, I want everyone to know me or like me. Like it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I just like how famous people, they can speak out, you know, they can just say what they want to say
Interesting.
and it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I felt, and ooh, I feel something, you know, but I feel like in the past, whenever I did want to voice out my hurt or opinion or something, like my parents were so quick just say no, you know, like that's how I felt, like I wasn't being listened to, that my opinions was not even valuable
Mm.
until after the fact. Okay, for example, like I invested like $5,000 about 7, 8 years ago into index funds, right? And then immediately my parents were like, "What the fudge," you know, and then they got hella pissed, and I was
Mm.
like, "Damn, like take that out, you know, take that." I was like, "Okay," and I did. I just listened to them because I was like, "Damn,
Mm.
aggressive," and I guess maybe I'm not sure. But now, and all of a sudden, they did that for my life insurance. Like a couple years later, I'm like, "What the fuck? What the fudge?" You know,
What do you mean
like
they did that for your life insurance?
they like invested in index funds
Oh,
for my life insurance.
Okay.
So they kind of did it before life insurance.
Okay.
I was doing it for retirement. You know?
Okay.
And then I look on my, and then of course I did it again after schools first. Like I started it up again. And now I look and I go, damn, if I kept it up when I did it initially, shit would have gone up.
Yeah.
It's going up now. It's
Yeah.
been going up. So I feel like, wait, I don't have confidence
In your own decision.
myself, in my own decision. Because when I felt like I was doing it, they wouldn't allow me to just learn on my own. They were very quick to just shut it down. You know, like, well, they're like, don't even go further. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Living in a constant state of fear.
Yeah.
Like, don't even try.
Huh.
And then again, that made me feel, what's the use? If I can't even voice it out to my own parents, what the hell is everyone else going to think? Like, they're going to obviously think that it's not valuable either. But again, I see that now as I say it, that maybe that's what I was attracting. And maybe that's why I reverted to comedy, or reverted to like saying funny shit or making myself look dumb, because that's the reaction that I got. Like, oh, everyone's laughing. And I associated, oh, they're laughing. Oh, they're saying you're so funny as a good thing. So that's why I feel more comfortable doing that.
I see. Can I
Yeah.
Can I dig a little bit into where, okay, your mom's saying you're never going to be famous, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've already recognized it's not that I want to be famous. Did you recognize that before then?
No.
You recognize that now. So when I first saw that in one of the goals that we all put out for Super and stuff, that was one of your personal goals, I also questioned it. Why do you want to be famous? Why say it in this way? So I was kind of like, I don't know, can we kind of thank your mom for saying it that? Why do you want to be famous? She said it in a very kind of mean tone, right? Yeah. But I think it's a very good and valid question. Maybe where it's coming from is, yeah, why is fame what you're really looking for? Is fame what you're really trying to achieve by creating content? And this is a question that I asked myself too when I was creating a lot of content, and I was trying to figure out what's a personal brand. What does it mean to create content? What does it mean to engage with people, have views, have subscribers, build a fan base? Like, what am I really doing here? Is this for my ego? And a lot of times it was. Yeah. I always spend so much time and money doing things that was just for me. And I think it kind of blurred the line between self-love and being selfish.
Yeah.
It very much blurred the lines for me when I started creating content for myself. One, because I never did it before. And like I told you, I had a problem speaking to people. I would get caught up on my words, get caught up in my head. It's a reason why I only had like one friend at a time. Didn't have very many friends. I had a lot of acquaintances, but I could never hold a conversation with somebody. I could never be engaging with somebody. And me too. I look at famous people. Like I told you, I would watch the Oprah show or something like that and watch a famous person that I like. And when they sit down for the interview, yeah, it looks like they can say anything and it's fine, even if it's a challenging thing or a sad thing. But the way that they are so comfortable with themselves because they go on camera and they go on screen and they are able to speak freely or at least act like it's easy and stuff like that. And so that's what I would study. And that's what I would try to envision in my head as to, okay, I want to not be famous, but I want to imbue the same attributes, the same confidence in myself when I speak. That was super important. And I would practice. And I remember that from the very first time I was invited to like a sleepover. And like, there was all these girls and like one girl, for some reason I knew some crazy cool news. And I'm in 6th grade or something, like 6th or 5th grade. Something like that. And then one of the popular girls there, they're They found out that I knew some cool news or something like that, and they're like, oh, tell us about it. And we're in their garage, my friend's garage, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't speak.
Yeah.
And some words came out, kind of. It's not like they bullied me or like booed me or anything like that, but their attention, everybody's attention was on me. And I remember like that, like holding my breath, and then nothing of substance comes out. But I so want to.
You have it in your head.
I have it in here, and it doesn't come out the way I want it to. And that moment I was like, I need to be better. But I didn't actually practice until I got basically out of college, until I was like 24, 25, something like that. So much later, from 5th grade or whatever it was to then, I just had always had a problem, not feeling comfortable doing it. I got better and better, just because you just get better and better as you get older. But then like finally when I start making content and thinking about, I want to do what a famous person does when they sit in an interview chair, which is just comfortable. Yeah. And they're explaining their life or whatever. Oh, there was that like that famous interview show that interviews celebrities, and it's this old man with glasses and a beard.
Larry
it was
King?
Not Larry King, but it's a long ass interview. They're usually like an hour, and they go deep. Like they start like with your. I used to watch all of them, and I would just study their how they sit like this. Like even sitting like this is so normal, but to me it was so foreign. The way that my hands move now is because I've had the practice to just move them naturally, which sounds so foreign too. Like, what, Meg, you were a robot? Like, yeah, everything I'm thinking about it in my head, because I'm like, I don't know how to do it. Now I'm comfortable. But that's what I was inviting for you. And I think that's a very valid question. Why do you want to be famous? Is that really, perhaps that language in your head also needs to be upgraded, because maybe the source of where it's coming from, like your need to want to create content or to voice or to give voice to what you want to say or what's in your mind and what's in your heart, like maybe that understanding of yourself needs to be upgraded, where it's really not fame that you're looking for. People deep down, I think they don't really want the fame.
They think they do.
They think they do.
Yeah.
Like it's very I think it's very rare for somebody to be that shallow. Yeah. But there's something deeper that you want that is not necessarily fame. I think fame comes as an added bonus, maybe.
Yeah. But
the source of it, I want to know what that is for you.
Okay. So you're right. Being famous is very shallow to me, because again, if I don't get the likes or the views that I was expecting or what I wanted, it's hard to keep going, you know? So that is very selfish of me to just stop because I'm not getting what I want. So being famous or having that fame, that's not what I want. But what I did see famous people getting or having was that influence, that power of being able to help people. Like people will listen to them, you know?
Like you do for us.
Yeah. And I'm like, I want to feel like I'm being listened to, that what I can offer you is valid, that these questions, that my life experience that I can share with you is going to help you. I genuinely just want to help people.
Tony, you do that already.
I know.
You're doing it already.
Well, I mean, now I'm learning that more, you know, but it's like, I guess I didn't really think about it much, because I felt like I wasn't really getting through to my parents, or I wasn't helping my parents. And they're the ones that, of course, like growing up, I want to help my parents, you know, but it's like, how can I help them if they just brush off my values, brush off my opinions, brush off what I can say to help them? And so now, learning all this and speaking it out, I don't want to be famous. I don't want fame. I just want to help people. you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of made me wrestle with my mind, like, oh, what topics do I talk about? Blah, 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 you know? But I think like I'll let it come to me
Mm-hmm.
because it's always been like that. But where I want to do affirmations for myself starting is, you know, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better at just being a being a helpful influencer
Mm.
via YouTube, via social media, because I can't in my lifetime if I were to go one person at a time. I mean, I can do it, but how many people can I reach going one at a time?
Mm-hmm.
Especially now when you can reach millions in one video,
Yes.
you know. And I want to engage. I want to engage with people. I want to make sure that they don't live a predestined life
Mm-hmm.
of just what they were told by their parents, you know.
Yeah.
And because even when I broke through myself from my parents or from my past self, it's helped me become a better husband, and it's also helped me become a better dad. Because I was like a splitting image of my dad,
Mm.
like going to work, coming home late, even like hitting Soph, you know? I was like hitting her and stuff. It's
Mm.
crazy, dude. And I was like yelling. I was very hostile and aggressive. But like ever since I just started like getting better and for myself and just my self-worth and my self-value, I treat my daughter, I treat my wife the way they deserve to be treated. Like the best, you know?
Mm.
And that comes from me. I didn't have much self worth. I didn't have much self esteem, you know. But now I do. Now I understand that I'm a freaking invaluable being. Like, it's not even an invaluable human being. It's like I'm an invaluable being.
Mm.
And that self worth, self value means everything to me. And it all comes from me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm able to give so much to Cindy, to you, to anyone in my life, because I'm filled up. I'm brimming with love, you know, like there's so much to give, you know what I mean? Like abundance.
Uh-huh.
That's why like yesterday I wanted to help you reach that point of
Yeah.
filling yourself up because it's an amazing, amazing thing to do.
Yeah.
And
And you
we
did.
don't do. Thank you, thank you. But it's up to you though.
Yes.
I can say the same thing to
Yeah.
5 different, 10 different, 50 different people. But you're ready and you're willing to try it.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're gaining the fruits of it.
Yes. And it's so quick too. And well,
Yeah.
quick. I mean, that's a relative term, but
Like when we started this, it's basically when we started it, your mental shift.
yeah, yeah,
So it didn't take 3 years for you.
yeah. That's true. That's true. Yeah,
It's like 3 weeks.
yeah, yeah. But still, as you know, as we reach our new levels, and I always kind of like check myself, like, you know, not prepare or prejudge, not like, oh, here we go again, that sort of attitude. That's left me. It's just knowing and kind of comforted too that it's to me it's not about like, ooh, it's unicorns and rainbows again, yay. No, it's this new level of, I think, understanding, whereas it will happen again where we are challenged. I think that's the best term to describe. It's not when we fight again or something like that, but when we are challenged again, and that will happen. That's okay. And it's just your next level. I think that's a nice way of mentally envisioning it, because I think before that, I would think like, I'm going to have this conversation again. That's what I told myself. I'm going to have this conversation again, which means guards up, has not come down, you know, ready your defenses sort of mentality. Whereas now it's like, we'll be challenged again, and that's okay. Like, my guard's not up. And when that happens, like, we'll just we'll just overcome it. Like I just trust. Like it's weird. I can't really put it into words right now, like nicely, but like I just trust. Trust the process. That's something you said to me too. And I said, trust the process. And even when you don't feel you can trust the process, you can still say it to yourself. Oh, trust me. But now it's like, trust. Yeah. And that's allowing yourself to go through those peaks and valleys, and that forgiveness of yourself. Yourself.
Honestly, Meg, thank you for even asking. Like, thank you for even asking about my life.
Yeah.
Because I've been so used to, like helping, listening. And I mean, like, it's not that I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
But just for you to even think about me and for you to even ask, I appreciate that.
Because I receive the same from you guys so much. And yesterday too, you asked me, well, what's the difference between you and your sister? And I say, oh, Jenna's much more nurturing and much more thoughtful of others. And I'm like my husband. I think of myself first often. That's my tendency, because I grew up as an only child for 8 years, and then my sister was born, and then you still have to wait for her to like get a little bit older to like actually like her. So there's a lot of time in between to feel like you're the only child, that you're the only focus. So and that's why I'm so compassionate. I understand where Kevin comes from, being an only child too. And so when you asked me that question, like I wanted to become more aware and to ask and to dive deep with you too, and with other people in general. I said I want to work on that, where I can notice something or be sensitive to something other than talking about myself, which is great. Like that's a self-love, but there's a point where once you fill yourself up, now it needs to serve others. So I think for a while my cup was just not full. But then now that it is, I have now the capacity to do that for others. And that's what I want to do. Like it's on my radar before, but now it's like, now here are the actions. And so I still feel your tendency to switch the topic back to me.
Yeah,
it's a comfortable way. It's comfortable for me. It's comfortable for you. And that's the nature of the show. And I made a note of it too in the beginning, where I was like, I'm talking too much, because I would sit there and edit the video, right? And you're like, no, it's okay. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. But like, still, I know there's still things for you to work through. And like, I know you know how to take care of yourself. I know. But like you guys, for me to vent all that stuff to you yesterday that had nothing really to do with you, but because you guys care enough to just say, really, I feel your attention. I feel your listening, both of you. And it makes me feel supported. And when you feel supported, it feels like you can just jump higher, because you got nice shoes on. You know what I'm saying? Like you have support. Versus if it's just bare, if it's just raw, if it's just you, like, yeah, I'm sure, like that's a great base. But when you have support and you have a team behind you, you just feel so much more powerful. And it's true, because you have people on your side to support you. And like the way that you've been there for us, for Kevin and I, we want to do the same for you, for sure. We want to be conscious of that. And so in the best way that I know how, I want to start doing that with you, So I'm not Tony Master yet. But you said, just be you.
Be you. Like,
but I want to think, it helps me to get in that mindset, to activate those parts of my ears, like utilize my ears and ask the right questions. So yeah.
But Meg, like, right? Like people who always talk about themselves.
Yeah.
I want to dig a little deeper, because like I feel and I believe the reason they need to talk so much about themselves is that there's a big ass void.
It's true.
And they just want to keep taking.
It's true.
Take your time, take your energy, because it's a lot of work to listen. It's a lot of work to listen, you know, you don't not having to feel like, oh, I have something to say, you know. So I feel like it's come to the point where I recognize those people too that just need to keep on talking, you know. And it's like, where's it going? Like, do you even have time to breathe so that we can ask you a question? It's like they don't want to. They don't want to be asked a question.
That's funny.
Because that means they have to dig deeper into why about their own pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel for them
Mm-hmm.
because it's sad, you know, the fact that there's a big ass void in their heart and no one in their life is there to really support them. Because again, they're only going to attract people that are like them. That whole misery loves company thing, it makes sense because if you're miserable, you're so focused on that and you're going to only attract people that are more miserable and they want to talk about themselves, you know, and they won't allow you to talk about your shit.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to say is change your mind for anybody out there. For the people that believe that they can't do anything, like that they're stuck, that they're powerless, that they don't have a voice. Yeah, you don't. Because that's what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
However, if that's something that you can believe in yourself, why not try self-talk, self-affirmations?
Mm-hmm.
It's not some positive rah where you're going to feel good for a week and then you're going to go back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the power of self-affirmation, self-talk, self-love, that it's permanent. Like it's always, you got to work for it.
Yeah.
It's not that much work though. Really.
But I feel people, yeah, the work of it, right? That would run through my mind too. Like, I gotta have this conversation, and maybe it's not even with other people. It's just like with yourself. Like, oh, like how do I really feel about it? You know, like how do you really feel about making content?
Me?
Yeah, like on your own.
I feel excited.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like the whole employee to entrepreneur mindset.
Yeah.
Kind of like, and not about jokes, actual valuable, meaningful things. So I feel happy. And you, thank you for the camera. I'm going to take good care of it. I'm going to take good care of it. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
You know, of course, I'm going to get better at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's the whole point, right?
Right.
Just try and then tweak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Try
it.
and tweak.
But again, coming from a place of fuck the views, fuck the comments, fuck, you know, everything, opinions and all that, right? Just for the sake of, hey, I want to say my 2 cents. Take it or leave it.
Yeah. One of the after we had the conversation about making videos and we were sipping whiskey and stuff, and it was yeah, it's good, right? So I was like getting inspired again to really make videos, and I made my little list again. And I'll often do this. I'll be like, oh man, I have so many videos to make, and then kind of life will happen, right? So I have lists on what I want to do, and then I get to maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Okay.
But this morning, which was funny, I wrote down all of my stuff. But one of the things is, and I always check my stats on my videos still, just because like the little notification goes up, so I click it. like a human being, I click it, and then sometimes the comments are like, some are mean.
Wait, I want to hear it. What
some
did it say?
are mean.
About the golden rule?
No, never about the golden rule, but about like my other videos.
Can you shed some light? Well, like, do you remember?
Oh,
What they say?
one of them was an old video, and comments would just pop up from old videos, and then some of them are really great, and then some of them are not so great.
I want you to say it aloud.
Yeah, the latest one was like blah blah blah, nothing of real substance here, or something like that, right? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And so every now and again there'll be more positive comments than negative ones for sure. And there's even some like dislikes on my videos.
Okay.
And I was like, that's cool, that's fine. But one of the topics of the videos that I want to make is like why I still vlog with no subs, no views, and bad comments. And like, I feel like it's so important to, when you make content for yourself, and it's a nice check yourself kind of thing, where when you get a negative comment, when you get a dislike, your human natural side goes, oh, for yourself, right? And that always happens for me. I'm like, oh, they didn't like it. And then you just move on with your life. But so I feel like it's really easy. It's a very slippery slope to keep thinking about that one dislike or that one negative comment or whatever. And I have plenty of more than one. And it's really important, I feel, when you start creating content, if it is for yourself, like you said, fuck the views, fuck the subs and all that stuff. Like, that's a very healthy way of creating content. That way you don't taint what you create. And I just think it's a slippery slope. Like you could easily get caught up in that, especially for those that like they have their livelihood around YouTube or around views and something like that, where it's not based on something a little bit more, I would say, fair. You know, because YouTube, you open yourself to a lot of
there's some funny ass
trolls
out there.
Yeah,
some funny ass
some
trolls,
are funny, yeah. And like I just think that's important. I want to make note of that for you as you start your journey making content for you.
Definitely,
you're gonna run into it.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
know. And but the same thing is like, I want you to experience that.
Yeah.
You know, I want you to feel, oh, boo, they didn't like it, but just keep for you.
Yeah.
For you. This content is for you. You know what I mean?
Allow me to clarify when I say fuck the views, fuck the content. Like, look, I invite both. I invite the positive and the negative. Because again, these are people's views on what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If anything, okay, someone says something positive to me. Great. I say thank you. Done. Negative, right? Let's say that if someone said to me, blah, 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 no substance here.
Yeah.
I'd be like, whoa, why? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Finally, we can engage in some type of conversation, like, for this person.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Tell me why. It's not about like, oh, I'm going to change my content for this guy, but I just want to get inside that guy or
good. Yeah.
mind.
You recognize something's empty in him.
Like,
or her.
Know,
yeah.
What is it that you're actually looking for? Maybe it wasn't this.
Yeah.
But I want to have a one-on-one. Like, hey, tell me.
Yeah.
You know, and like, of course, there are some idiots out there, or not. Okay, I won't say idiots, but there are some people out there that just leave it a statement like, "You suck."
Yeah.
Or whatever. You like, this shit sucks. I'm like, even that though. Hey, you know, like, thank you for even taking the time to comment.
Hey.
Why? Like, tell me why it sucks for you.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like, because there's a bunch of people that like it, but you don't.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? So that's why it's, in a way, I used to care too much about even likes. Ooh, I don't get enough likes. Boo-hoo me.
Yeah.
Bye. You know, like, the world hates me. The world doesn't see me as valuable. Boo-hoo, you know? No one said anything negative.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
No one said anything negative, but I still quit. Because there wasn't enough positive.
Oh, wow.
So my self-esteem was obviously based off how many likes there were, all the good stuff. You feel me?
Yeah.
And like, now my self-love, my self-worth is top-notch for myself. I'm good. I don't need to correlate that with views or whatever. But now I want to engage with so many people. I want to talk to people.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that are in pain. I attract them into my life because I believe I can help them, you know? Like, why not? Like, if you're positive, what help do? We can grow.
Yeah.
But I prefer to help those in need.
Awesome.
And that's how it's like cool, because you, Kevin, me, Cindy, is like, remember at our honeymoon phase when we all got together, everything was you know, like woo, woo, you know, like, and all of a sudden it got real.
Yeah.
And then I started to find out that I have a huge ass problem in my marriage. I went to you and Kevin for help, got the help I wanted, you know.
Us too.
From there, and I learned that you are not happy either, and that Kevin's not happy either. And I was like, I want to help. I genuinely just want to help you guys get better because you guys help me. and I know that a marriage can be saved.
Yeah.
Like anything can be salvaged and saved.
Yeah.
But one of you, especially in a partnership, one of you has to step up,
Lead. Yeah.
lead.
Mm.
Doesn't matter man or woman, girl or boy, just one of you.
Mm.
If you care enough.
If you care. Yeah.
So thank you for the, the like the challenges that may come my way.
Every day,
Yeah.
like when I read a negative comment and I'm like, I feel that blip. I feel the ego hurts. It's like, oh,
I'd love to talk to you about those. Seriously.
but I don't even comment back. I comment on everybody who's positive, or if I have time. If whoever's positive, and I say, and if I dig their comment, or sometimes I have a long ass question, I'm like,
have you ever commented on a negative person's comment?
Nah, I don't want to even go there.
Why?
Because I don't make my content for them.
I know, but
yeah.
Like,
and my purpose, can I tell you, Tony?
Yes.
My purpose for my videos is completely for me.
Okay.
It's great that you can join my conversation, right? When I talk to you here on the Golden Rule, I like barely speak to the audience because I'm here for us. I'm here for me. Mm-hmm. And that's just for me. And even with my YouTube channel, it's been my therapy. Mm-hmm. So the way that I engage is on like when I feel like it, and if I feel it on that particular day, then I will answer back. Okay. But for the most part, like, because I just have other priorities, basically. It's not that I don't have time. I can make time for every single comment and I can answer all these, but do I want to do that?
That's your choice.
That's my choice. That's my prerogative, is my channel, right? So I can handle it in any way that I like. I have 100% control. I love that. So that's just for me. That's why.
That's cool.
That's why. Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah.
I respect your choice.
You have a gift to go in and, like, when you were doing that with our Insta, like, that's another level. Like, I can't touch that. That's awesome. But you do you for sure. And that right there is going to make sure that you grow the community that exactly the way that you want it to be, which is awesome. Yeah. And I feel you would benefit so much from that for sure. I can't wait to see your channel, sub, and watch. You know what I mean?
See all these terms. I'm like,
subscribe. Yeah.
Hey, but I'm gonna need your help because you make that shit look flashy.
I'm here for you, dude. Of course.
I can give you,
of course. I'm here for you.
I don't want to pay Fiverr and shit. Like, screw me up.
I'll do it better than Fiverr. Don't worry.
Hell yeah. So, anything else we'd like to discuss today?
I think that's it. We have a super day today. You're rocking the super shirt today. I had mine on yesterday. We have a lot of work to do.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
So thank you everybody so much for joining us here. Yes. Oh yeah, affirmation. Okay. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better and better. Yeah. I do my emphasis on I'm now.
That's cool. Hey, me too. Every day in every way, I am getting better and better and better. But I don't do that be you have thing too.
Okay. Can you walk me through it?
Yes.
Okay.
Every day in every way, I am getting better and better and better.
Okay.
That's the E part.
Okay.
Like
the being. Okay.
And then next is do.
Do. Okay.
And then every day in every way,
what
I do is getting better and better and better.
What I do. Okay. Every day in every way, what I do is getting better and better and better.
And then be, do, have.
Have.
Right?
Be, do, have.
So every day in every way, what I have is getting better and better and better.
Every day in every way, what I have is getting better and better and better.
And this is what we have to finish with because I believe it's the truth for all of us, right? Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better at being an invaluable being.
Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better at being an invaluable being. Yeah. Yes, invaluable.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Meg.
Okay, thank you guys for hanging out with us here live on The Golden Rule. Once again, my name is Meg.
My name is Tony.
See you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
That's awesome.
Woo.